Alright, metric prefixes. What do we need to know about metric prefixes? Prefixes, just like it's something that goes in front of something else. A metric prefix is something that goes in front of some other type of unit we use. It might be something that goes in front of a measurement of length, something that goes in front of a measurement of time. It's something that makes it easier for us to write these. And as you can see here, I've got a very comprehensive site of lots of metric prefixes. We're not going to be using every one of these. What we want to focus on is the skill on how to use those. Giga, mega, definitely kilo. These are some that we will be using a lot in this class. Some other useful ones, yes, useful kilos. We'll be using centi, milli, micro, and eventually we'll be using nano. Now this site here this isn't anything special. I just went online, I Googled, actually I think this is from ask.com. I just went online and I typed in, let's see what I typed in. You guys can't see this, let me pull it aside. It's not quite right, going. Let me adjust it. Oh, where is it? Alright, there we go. Now, this here, I just typed in, well, you can see what I typed in. But if you go in there, you've got a list of lots of places to find these metric tables. You've got this laptop here, so you can go find it on your own. Let's focus more on how to do the math behind these metric prefixes. Now, I'm not going to waste any time here. I'm going to jump right into an example. When you're doing metric prefixes, you always start out with some type of value, some type of given that you want to work with. In this case, we're going to start with 40 meters. Meters is much like a yard. It's a measurement of length. And we're going to change this to some other unit. For some reason, we might need to know how many centimeters is in 40 meters. Okay. Now, this is a fairly simple example, but it will help us get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reference one of these metric prefix tables. We can see that a centi is a hundredth of something. Or, numerically, it's 0.01 of something. If we have 1 centimeter, or 1 centi of anything, remember we have 0.01 of that something. It could be anything. It could be cows. 1 cent a cow is 0.01 cows. But in this case, we have 1 centimeter is 0.01 meters. Notice it's the meter. The meter is the base unit we're dealing with. And the centi is the prefix that's modifying it. 1 centi is 0.01 of something. And I've set up a little equation. This is always the best place to start whenever you're doing some type of conversion. Now I'm going to go through all the math one time on how these conversions work. In the future, I'll simplify it so that we only get the information we absolutely need to do this. So 1 centimeter, abbreviated cm, is the exact same thing as 0.01 meter. With a little bit of algebra, dividing both sides by a centimeter, you'll notice that on one side we cancel it out and only have a 1, and we have a ratio of the other two on the other side. So, since these two measurements are of the same length, divide something by the same amount, you get 1. Let's come over here to this side, and let's do a quick calculation. If I multiply 40 meters by 1, I get the exact same thing I started with. It's still 40 meters, still the same exact length. Now, if you remember from algebra, the substitution skill, if 1 is in the equation and I have something else equal to 1, I can substitute in that exact same thing. And since the equation to the left, I have 1 equals 0.01 meters over 1 centimeter, I can substitute that in the equation. But since I'm still multiplying it by 1, I still get the exact same thing. It's still the exact same length, even though I'm multiplying it by numbers. Now, this one I just did isn't going to be useful. I'll show you why in a second. So to fix it, I'm going to go back, instead of dividing by the 1 centimeter, I'm going to divide by the 0.01 meters. Now, just follow along with the math for a second. Now notice what happened when I divided by 0.01 instead of 1 meter. I still came out to something that was equal to 1. But it's completely upside down from the first time I did it. But they're both equal to 1, so they're both equal to each other. When we put these into our conversions, into the equations, we can use either one that we choose. Now, the first example I did, I put the 0.01 meters on top and the 1 centimeter on bottom. Look at the meters. They're both on top. When we multiply them, we're going to create meters squared, which is going to be something even more complicated. We need to flip this upside down. Watch what happens when we do. Instead of putting the 1 centimeter on top, I am going to put instead of putting on bottom, I'm going to put on top. And the 0.01 meters goes on bottom. Alright? Wonderful things about fractions, something on top, something on bottom, you cancel them out, they go away. So the only unit we have left is centimeters. 40 times 1 divided by 0.01 is 0.4, but the centimeters is what's left. We started with meters. What do we want to end up with? We wanted to end up with our centimeters, which we did. 0.40 centimeters. I'll do lots of examples for you guys in a second so you can see a bit better how this works. This was a very lengthy way that would make all the algebra people, all the algebra teachers very happy to see, stick their hair up on ends. But that's all for this. Check out the next video. It'll help you out a little bit.